And this is why we use scientific techniques. This is why those of us who are conscious of the application of the law will use visualization, treasure mapping. And let me say this while I'm at it. There should not be a one of you who do not have pictures around your personal environment representing the ideals of what you would like to be, to do, and to have. I want to repeat this because this is very important. I said it in the negative, I'll put it in the positive. Those of you who are aware of the processes of the mind, those of you who are aware of the processes of the mind's eye, should always have in your personal environment pictures, photographs, representations, statues of your ideals which you wish to be, to do, and to have. I pump iron 5 to 7 days a week. I jog every day. I don't miss a day jogging in a year. I don't know the last year I missed jogging. Now, what is the purpose of this? To keep my physical body in shape, but it's more than a physical exercise. It is a spiritual exercise, first of all, because it is the Holy Spirit which quickens my mortal body. But in my environment where I exercise, or my personal environments where I am every day, I have photographs of what I want my body to look like. Now, it does not yet appear 100%, but it's coming along. I'm playing in the courtyard like the young prince. I've told you before to be sure to get magazines and always on an ongoing basis select photographs from those magazines, travel brochures, which represent the ideals which you would like to be, do, and to have. Get Town and Country. Everybody that wants to be rich should get Town and Country. It represents the affluent lifestyles. And if you're interested in that, why, get that magazine. Read about those people. Look at those pictures. Your first assignment in this class is to engineer what your outer and inner eye beholds. Engineer that. You see, as we go around in the phenomenal world, our eyes can fall upon so many things. And if our eyes are just all, both inner and our outer, are always falling upon negative and indifferent things, then that's what we'll become like, and that's what we'll be beset with. The vision of the inner eye has the power to displace and replace anything in the external world. Now that is interesting. What you see out there is really controlled by what you're seeing in here. But now I want to take you a step further in practice. I want to make you conscious of the ultimate practice of this. What I see with my inner eye has power to displace and replace that which is in my outer world. The king that sits on the throne scatters away, breaks down, breaks up the negatives, the undesirable that is in his outer environment, displaces it and replaces it with the ideal which he sees with his inner eye. It may sound a bit spooky. To tell you the ultimate truth, there is nothing out there but what you are seeing in here. As the hippies used to say, far, far out, man. Far out. Let me give you a good example. This used to be a movie house. Way back up there somewhere is a projector. They never took the projector out. Up here is a big screen that we've used 2 or 3 times. What you see on that screen does not originate on that screen. What you see on the screen originates where? In the projector. So you see, what you are experiencing on the screen of your life does not originate on the screen. If you don't like what's on the screen, it doesn't do any good to get mad with the screen. See, if you see something on that screen that you don't like, you could go up there with a knife and just cut it to pieces. But what would happen? It would reflect on the back wall. If you want to change what is on the screen of experience, you have to go up to the projector of mind. That is our Father, which art in heaven. You have to go back to the originator, to the source, to where it's coming from. The king that sits on the throne scatters away all the evil with his eye. I repeat again and again, and what makes such a mind king, what makes such a mind regnant over his experience is that he understands that experience is no thing of itself. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. The film in the projector is greater than the image on the screen. If you want to change the image on the screen, you got to go back up to the projector and change the film. What is that? The thought. You can go back further than that, to the actors and the actresses who performed for the production of the film. And you see, you are the actor, the actors and the actresses that make your film and project your film. You're the producer. And you see, this knowledge gives you power. This is what Jesus meant when he said, you shall know the truth, and the truth sets you free. So once I know that reality is not on the screen of my experience, and that I can change the film, that sets me free to change the film. I know that I have that freedom. If I don't like the horror film, I can take out the horror film and put in a comedy or a love story. So stop sitting before the screen of the experience of your life crying because it's a horror story. The king that sits upon the throne scatters all the evil with his eye. Behold the Lamb. Behold. Seize with the eye of your mind the purity and the beauty and the wholeness and the holiness of God, good love. So here, John the Baptist is telling us what to behold. Behold the Lamb. Say that. Behold the Lamb. And the Lamb is the purity, the onlyness, the holiness, the beauty of God, good love, which is harmless, hurtless, hateless, and sinless. A lot of religious people have a very powerful sin consciousness. They latch on to sin. I've told you this again and again, and I'll tell you this repeatedly again and again and again. The reason why the preachers have not been able to save the world from sin is because they're too preoccupied with it. They don't understand the science of mind. The more you preach about how nasty and dirty and stinking and sinful people are, the more you are going to create that in the world of experience. But you see, we don't have to wait for them. We can overcome the world. That's what Jesus, the mastermind, told us in the text here today. Be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. My God, that was about 2,000 years ago. You don't have to wait for the rest of the religious people. Aren't you glad to know you don't have to wait for the church people? So we're ahead of the church people. I was so glad when I found that out. You mark my word, unless they wise up, they'll be around here another 2,000 years looking for Jesus to come. And that's why I like Jesus. Jesus has always been ahead of everybody. You notice what he said 2,000 years ago. He said, what? Be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. I have already overcome the world. And the church people are still struggling. Just a little while to suffer in the path that's long and straight. Just a little more hard labor. Then we'll go sweeping through the pearly gate. Oh, but we're ahead of them. Divine love has already said, I, divine love, saw the heavenly city. I don't have to wait for anybody. I don't have to wait for the preachers and the theologians. It'll take them a long time before they get there. But be of good cheer, I have overcome. Say that. I have overcome the world.